Hi, welcome to Toni Time. And the subject today is midgets. No, I'm kidding. Little people.
Oh,
no, I'm sorry. Anyway, Roxy
Vertically
is here.
talented.
Roxy is here today. Roxy.
Hello, Tony.
How's
Good to
it
be here.
going?
It's always a pleasure. What a break. What a lovely break in my day.
Well,
Also.
she's like just drowning right now, nuts with the ball. So where are we with the ball?
Oh my gosh, it is just, I mean, from yesterday, we were able to tell our organizers we had doubled proceeds already from 2 weeks ago when we last met. It is rapid fire coming together. People are buying their tickets. People are pledging to see their models on the runway. We are delighted by all the support people are giving, whether they can be there or whether they can't.
Right.
And it's just a beautiful thing. Sponsors are coming on board even every day, and we're kind of trying to leave that open for anybody who wants to be a part of it.
Okay.
Through next Monday, and then we're going to try to, at least through next Monday, we would hope to still include anybody who comes on board in the program for the event.
Okay.
And in on-event acknowledgement. We did just update logo and sponsor and just a listing of the many amazing sponsors and people that are involved.
Wonderful.
We've updated, although I think last night there's 2 or 3 more that got confirmed for models that I do need to get on the site, but otherwise we have most of them on there. So when you go to sugar.me/ball, there'll be some description about the ball, and then you'll see a general donate, tickets, and pledge. If you click on the pledge button, that will take you then to a page that lists all of our lovely fair models, which we are so grateful and thankful to, including you, Miss Toni, which we were just
talking about this.
We're going to have so much fun on this runway. Oh my gosh.
So I asked Roxy, can I do something? I mean, I can't be serious. I mean, she said, do whatever you want to do.
This runway show is not about serious. This ball is not about serious.
No.
This ball is about joy. It is about having a good time. It is about celebrating life and summer and beauty and unique individuals together and raising money.
To do it.
Yes.
So we can do anything on the runway we want to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
can't wait to see what Toni does on the runway.
I'm thinking about wearing my sunglasses and a wine glass.
Absolutely.
Very Joan Collins.
Absolutely.
I
love it, darling. I love it.
I know. We'll have fun, or I'll just be in the corner quietly.
You can take some corner breaks too, but we're going to get you back on the runway and on the dance floor.
Dancing.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, our audience.
Yes. Hello.
So I have people who want to come see the fashion show.
Sure.
So they can do that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So, I mean, some people who have a problem with money and they don't, they're on a budget.
Okay.
Fixed income, but they want to see the fashion show.
Okay.
All right. And then the rest of the evening, they're not really, they'd like to come, but they're not sure. They're older.
Well, so, come to the ball. We're going to have the silent auction and the makers market. All of that is totally free, open to the public from 7 to 9. The runway is right there, and you will be able to peek through.
Okay.
We'll have just a gentle curtain that sort of divides the space from, as of now, the ticket holders.
Right.
And certainly encourage everybody in their means to, help the cause. But if you're there, you're going to see the show.
Yeah.
I mean, you may be a little farther back. I mean, we're going to have to reserve, nearest the runway for those who, have bought the tickets. But, it's about embracing everybody, and it's not in any way exclusionary or snooty or
it's not
privileged.
Roxy. That's not what she would do.
So please, just come. If you want to see the show, be there. I would say come by 8 o'clock at least. Come earlier if you can. We're going to have Biscuits & Co. We're going to have Dahlia's Delights. We're going to have food and beverage. We hope to have some food trucks outside the space.
Okay,
we're
great.
We're going to have, I think, a Lindy Hop demonstration and some other fun things happening before.
How fun.
So please come down.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely, you're welcome. And, you know, I feel very confident that, you know, unless the space is all the way back, you know, exceeding fire code, everybody would be able to see the show.
Yeah, great. Now tell me about your shop. Your shop is, I'm sure, chaos right now.
Well, sugar is bursting at its seams for a sugar bag right now. We have a lot going on, but we're, you know, so thankful and excited about it, and gearing up for that. We are going to be, sadly to some degree, but happily for the good of Angel Rocks and all the customers we serve around the country, we are going to be extracting the production and our fulfillment soon from the store and moving that down the hill at the mill in Pepperell Mills. That's actually our backstage is going to be our new
Wonderful.
space there. So we're very excited about that. We need the space. We're definitely crawling over each other, and people want new styles, and I'm trying to give it to them, but I got to have a shelf to put them on. So
right, exactly.
Yeah, so it's good. We're excited.
Wonderful.
We're going to keep Sugar open. Store will stay open.
Right where it's at. It's not
absolutely.
moving.
Still
so
come
don't
to Sugar.
worry.
We're, you know, anytime we're not moving, we're just
Expanding.
taking on some more space. Exactly.
They're expanding.
Yeah, we are. We're excited and grateful and thankful and nose to the grindstone to just try to keep with it, you know, and keep doing it. And I don't mind just putting a little out there that if someone knows a really good stitcher, that you know,
there should be
come talk to
stitchers.
us. Yeah. We've got, and also I'd love a beautiful mature lady to work up in Sugar just a little bit. So come on by and say hi if y'all have any interest.
All right, guys, you hear this?
You know, it's, you know, with some qualifications, of course.
Of
you
course.
know, with some history. But we are going to need, you know, a couple of extra folks in our midst very soon. So yeah, which
Everybody,
we're excited about. You know, but not
great.
necessarily wanting to put, you know, an ad. So, but on Toni Time, I know you're beautiful folks. So,
Oh,
like family, so
I mean, the
please
following
come on
out there
by.
has grown so much.
I know.
And, you know, hopefully, whatever we put out there, you know, they know we mean it. They can call. You can stop at the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, Sugar, studio, whatever.
Yeah, we're just so excited to be here and a part of Biddeford, and you know, anything. I'm so, you know, proud to be making our product here, and you know, excited that, you know, we're still small, you know, but we're excited for each
there's nothing wrong
little
with that
bit
right now.
of, you know, that we can help to bring industry back to the U.S. and, you know, jobs back to the mills, and we're really excited to be a part of that and the history of them.
Oh,
and,
the history is
yeah.
just unbelievable.
Yeah, to be in a textile mill,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like a dream. It's a designer's dream come true.
Yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
It's perfect. So
Exactly.
yeah. We're
Now,
excited.
you know what? What we haven't spoken about with you?
Mhm.
When you were a little girl.
Oh.
Oh, look at her! Look at her! When you were a little girl, did you dress up? Did you?
I mean, I was, yeah.
I picture you walking around in.
Well, it all started probably, well, the first time I ever wore a puffy skirt and twirled around. So probably by the age of 2 or 3, you know,
You were
first
all-
Easter that I had something with like petticoats and I could swirl around and see my skirt, it was a done deal. It was going to either be dancing or fashion and pretty dresses. So anyway, and then my grandmothers, I had one grandmother, she was a seamstress all of her life, and you know, sewed for others, and she taught me how to sew at 8. My another grandmother still quilts to this day, has made them for our son and us for our wedding, and she gave me my first sewing machine right around 8. So, you know, then I started drawing pictures of fashion by the age of 9 or 10 probably, and then, you know, once I realized that it wasn't going to, my environment wasn't going to be supportive for me to go on point, then it was pretty much set. I mean, I've never wavered or deviated, really.
Now, how did you get the idea coming up with what you have now, this line? Because, believe me, these pants.
Well, my work is not an idea. My work is an evolution. You know,
Okay. All right.
as I think all creative processes are, as I think civilization is, I think as mankind, it's you can't always pinpoint to one singular idea because it's
Right.
a total formula, and each passing day and each thing that comes into our midst becomes a part of what's going to emerge and evolve from that, and it all builds upon
Right.
itself. So, for me as a designer, emerging early into the fabulous of it all, and fell in love in the early '80s. So there was a lot to love, a lot of color, a lot of power, a lot of glitz, a lot of sparkle, a lot of themed sweaters. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
sequins and whatnot. So the love of initially, of course, was for the drama and the beauty of that magic, and the magic of swirling and twirling in your
Oh, well,
skirt.
of course, there's always magic in that.
So and then as I matured and started my line, and as I first started it, it as the world was then was a little different, and I was a little younger. And so it started out a little more, there's still threads. I can find a continuum thread of spirit throughout everything I've done. Including the college stuff we were just talking about, where I had a beautiful dress, all navy gown. I want to dig out my portfolio and see pictures of it again. And it had a gorgeous braid, just like your dress that you've got on today. And so we could line them all up and see the continuity. But from my emergence of Angel Rocks and living downtown on Orchard Street on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, 1999. It was a different place.
It was a different place.
A different time, different world. And so it had a little more hips to downtown to it. You would have to dig out a pair of my orange satin pants with embroidery right there for you.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, orange satin.
Yes. So as the line developed over the first few years, of course, it was always produced in the U.S. And as a woman, and as our family developed, and our emphasis on and the cultural shift in emphasis on health, on wellness, on farm to table, on good food, on organics, on natural things, what we're putting in us and on us, feeling good, and just becoming a maturing woman on what feels good on my skin.
Yeah.
All of these things then, made me just focus on natural plant-based fibers, and that's why we use bamboo, organic cotton, rayon. I don't have any polyester in my collection. I don't want anything to do with it.
No.
I've dabbled with some nylons, for shears and for special effects or for swimwear, and those may be something we have to dabble in a little in the future just to do those categories, but, I am just determined as little as possible that's ever, and right now there's nothing that we offer that is. I just know that people would love to see lace, and I did used to do these sheer plied pieces that are lovely, and nobody makes a good sheer. Anyway, those are my technical issues. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Digresses for a moment.
It's a lot, because I want to be able to make so many beautiful things for women.
But and you do.
The focus then, as it emerged, and the wrap evolved from a custom wedding dress that I did for a client.
Wow.
And as I was recreating it for the collection, the original dress was plunge V-neck with pleating and beading and plunge V in front and back, which lovely. But even the bride with beaded things had to tape it on. It's not practical for any of us on a daily basis or on a hanger. And so I said, let me simplify this. And as I simplified it and we started playing with it and I tweaked it a little here and there to intensify that play, then, beautiful things started emerging. And so then layered into what was already there of comfort, of, sustainable fibers, of local production, came this added versatility, and which is part and parcel of my life, and I know the life most modern women lead, which is we're busy as all get out.
Oh, yeah.
We're juggling family and work and charity and this and that, and trying to find a shred of personal time and wellness and health, and it's nuts. So you need clothing that can take you through all of that in your day, and if you need to whip it around and look great to go out on the town, or if your honey decides he wants to take you out for a night, then you got to be ready.
You got to be ready. You have to go.
Fun. And so That's the spirit of Angel Rocks, and I mean, I'm busy right now, so I fully intended this morning to get up and get my son to his camp and take a shower and change what I was wearing yesterday. But as it happens, this is the same dress I had on yesterday, but I threw on an extra little flirt, threw on a little girly, and here we are, and that's okay, especially
That's
if you
how
live
it
in
works.
Maine. It's all good. Sometimes you can even get 3 days.
You should get 3 days out of an outfit in Maine.
Exactly. We
But
love
you
it.
know what? You remind me. I mean, I look at you on the same level as Diane von Furstenberg.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
no, no.
That's so
Listen,
sweet.
she was my neighbor when I lived in West Village, and she had her shop there, and now it's a whole block.
Yeah.
But her claim to fame,
The God.
no,
Yes, I know. Yeah.
kiss the ring.
Yes.
Her claim to fame was her wrap dress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every woman can wear that.
It flatters.
It
every
flatters
woman, yes.
and it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And your designs, not that they're like hers at all.
No, no,
but
no.
it's the same concept.
Of being able to fit a woman, of adjusting it to fit your body. The different, that ours can make a very similar looking wrap dress, but then it can also do all those other things, which
Right.
is fun. It's added fun.
But this is where I want to bring up that, I have women coming to me saying, well, I'm too tall, I'm too large bone, or I'm too short and stocky. And I say, go to Sugar, try the outfits on.
Well, and that's one of the things everyone's going to see on the runway.
Yeah.
Is the beautiful diversity of sizes and ages and stages and that
They
Angel
have to
Rocks
see
works
that.
for. Absolutely.
They
And that's
have to
that's
see
what
that.
our runway shows are always about celebrating.
Yeah.
It's not a runway fashion show like you see on TV where they're all, starved looking models with no expression or holier than or oat or whatever. I mean, I don't mind if one of my models wants to put on a little oat. Oh,
That's
good.
okay.
It's okay. But that's not what it's about. I prefer smiles on my runway, pure joy. I want to see that individual gorgeous beauty of each model. So we don't try to make all the hair look
Right.
the same. I will never do that. As if someone ever does that with my line, I'll be 6 feet under. I'm telling you, like it's not what
Exactly.
it's about.
No,
You
no.
know,
I mean,
and
you created something from a vision, but all the things that you've incorporated into your line. I mean, you're talking about family and things that are versatile. You're talking about, food changes in the years. I mean, you've kind of moved along and incorporated all that within your clothing.
well, it's not just a line of clothing.
No, it's not.
It's a lifestyle. It's a spirit. It's it really it's for me ultimately. I'm delighted that women enjoy what I do,
Right.
and that it gives them ease and comfort and beauty, and adds to their needs for that in
Right.
decorating our body and protecting our body from the elements. And that is wonderful, and that means I am excited to have a product that also brings joy. But for me, the idea of having a company and my ultimate goals is, with its success, we can give more. We
Right.
can do more for others. We can give back to others more.
And you do.
And well, I want to increasingly more. So it's exciting to be realizing that dream already.
Exactly.
And to keep propelling it forward is my core fire and mission. And that's why it's Be Peachy, and we're hoping that Angel Rocks is maybe someday one of the lines that we help to introduce and foster, and not just something I alone would create,
Yeah.
but my husband is so creative. All around us are creative, talented. Mariah, as we
Oh, yeah.
know, Wendy, and so we hope that we can build a culture over time to help foster new businesses
Oh, sure,
and
sure.
see those grow as well. So that would be exciting. But one baby step at a time, right?
One baby
and first
step
we got to
at a
have
time.
ourselves a ball.
Yeah, we got to have ourselves a ball. Now, I mean, this is where all this comes from. And I want you to know who she is. It's not just doing a ball and tons of energy. It's so much more behind this woman that I want you to know about. There's a goal here. She's an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I have the highest regard for you and respect because it isn't easy. And she's got her family involved. the people
Much
who
to their
work.
chagrin, some moments.
It's not easy.
Oh no.
It's not easy, and you give up a lot when you are an entrepreneur, um, but you don't care because you have a vision and you go forward. And you know, it's wrong to say you don't care, but you don't know you're giving it up until after you've given it up, and it's like 20 years down the road.
I wish
Aside
I'd
from
spent more time with my little boy and stopped and played with him more. And you know, that's
things like that,
that's a mama's wail lament
right.
throughout history. Though I always have to tell
Oh,
myself, you know, every mama has wished throughout the nature of time that she didn't have to, you know, dig the herbs or find or prep the meat and cook it and, you know, do more with and just be and just have those moments of just being with each other.
yeah, yeah. And see, those are moments that your children get used to it. Your son gets used to it. I mean,
I know he's such a good boy.
this
He
is
totally
who you
does.
are, your husband, and that's what he comes from. So it's a lot of love.
Yeah.
It's a lot of love. So now, for the ball, our ticket sales are up. Everybody's going to be there.
Yeah.
Let's reiterate to everybody
Okay.
the date.
What it is and what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, the Biddeford Ball, we hope you've seen some or heard about it a little. So it is going to be comprised, it is, first of all, it's a fundraiser. And we are pushing our hardest to have, you know, almost all money raised go to the charities. There may be in these final week or two a few expenses we have to all kind of authorize, but we're trying to keep it as wholly everything going. So and so far we're doing great with that. We've invested very, very little, and it's all coming about through beautiful, beautiful people. So we're so thankful. It is benefiting local food banks and through Union Church Missions, which we are just so grateful for everything they do for the community, for others, for keeping us all on track of what really matters, which is helping other people and helping those in
Exactly.
need, helping those who we know, may not and certainly be in the circumstances to come to this ball and celebrate with us. And we want someday to be able to get them there to celebrate and have something to celebrate, that they can feed their children and that they have a roof over their heads. And so, I'm just completely in awe of, because they not only, make sure to spearhead all these type of activities to give hard dollars. I know that it's Seeds of Hope, it's the Saco Meals program, and the third, Stone Soup. Those are the three that are earmarked for this event to receive funds from it. But they're all just hands in. They're going there and cooking for them, and every week, it blows my mind. I just hope I could do that much someday. So that's the first component, is that the food banks are going to be recipient of part of the money, and then the other part is earmarked toward the facade of the marble block, the old Rennie's building on Main Street. And of course, if you look up, it's beautiful, and there's the marble, and it's gorgeous. But at street level, it's a little
so
less
much,
so.
yeah.
And of course, ultimately, we're so excited about what the grand plans are for that down the road, which is, a center for arts and design and fostering the creative community. And we think that's wonderful, and that's a foundation to help foster more business and more activities and everything in our town. So we know that's a good thing to support, but we want to specifically see that process going by starting, even if whatever we raise will go toward. And so we're hoping that at least we'll start the demolition, pulling that old blue crap off, excuse my language, because apparently there's some architectural details under there, like scroll work and stuff. I can't wait to see it. There's masonry under there from the original building.
Oh my God, why would
There
you?
may be a mess under there too, so as we get started, there may be holes that need to be filled, and it's not going to happen overnight, but we're really trying to see if we can make that happen this fall, that we pull some stuff down, we see what's there, we seal it up the best we can, we get rid of the graffiti. If our money will stretch that far, to try to get some lights bathed up the front of the marble block, and just so that it's a pretty, like, catch your eye as you drive through Biddeford at night. And then as a beacon, get some a banner in at least one of the windows And maybe a couple of pretty ones, but one that has the initial rough plans of what's going to come for the center, that gives people information so that it can spearhead getting that further going. I mean, the building is gorgeous. There's a theater in the top. There's so much potential, but it's got a long way to go inside. I mean, there's health issues, everything. Not health. I don't mean to say it that way, but it's an old building.
It's an old building.
To bring something up to modern code for individuals to use and celebrate, it takes a lot. But the process has started, and Tammy's got ton. I mean, it started. That whole plan is starting soon. We're just trying to do a teensy bit on just the outside, and just and that is, it's going to be just a tip of it, but we're excited to, we hope, be, successful in
it's
grazing
great you're
the
helping
surface
Tammy.
of that.
And Tammy,
Tammy's in,
Tammy, I mean, Tammy Ackerman, InGen, Delilah,
of course,
HOB.
You know what? So, and
Three
HOB
amazing
was
women.
founded by before Delilah, and God,
I know.
Oh my gosh, there are so many people supporting this creative community and have forever.
Oh, I know.
Before any of us came into town, there were people championing, downtown and its renovation, and HOB. HOB was founded by beautiful groups of people who want to see change happen, and we celebrate that. We thank you. We invite you to this ball as a way for all of us to come together and keep this going. But the foundation is not on us newbies. No. It's not. I mean, we're excited, and we're high energy, and we're loudmouthed, and we're and so we get in your face, and we blah 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 blah. But certainly the credit lies on all the good people of Biddeford who have been here for 10, for 20, 30, 40 years, all their lives, who have worked hard to make Biddeford what it is, which is such an exciting place for us to be. Palestiner and those guys wouldn't be here if everybody else hadn't made Biddeford already so cool. And so, we're trying to propel that, but there's so many good things we want to propel. The Biddeford Ball, we hope, will be the inaugural. Each year we can earmark special projects.
Exactly.
So future years, it may not be further, in that we may strictly do it for the needy. There may be some other project. It may be the actual renovation of the clock tower. We were so excited that the students got really things going to let's hopefully move that. And now we still are going to have to raise more money to fix it, and get it in the museum. So there's it's a long road ahead, but it's one step at a time. And we just felt that because we felt that the Rennie's building represents a lot of deep history.
It does.
Before Rennie's, but Rennie's being an important part of Maine history and an important part of downtown Biddeford as well. But predating that, the beauty and magnificence, it's all embodied in that building of what Biddeford was. And it's downtown development and improvement, and it's the arts, and it will make our walk down Main Street prettier.
Well, it will.
Yeah.
It will. It will. I want to do on Main Street windows. I have all these ideas of windows. Oh,
well,
I want windows.
And decorate, yeah. Well, you know what? That's something like I know that Holly, I think Holly Colton was involved with that. But certainly, Heart of Biddeford, Elaine Foley, that decorated all the windows for the holidays.
Right.
Which was awesome. And I think everybody appreciated that. And so maybe that's something we could do in cooperation with any of the downtown to just, dress some windows. And certainly I know a lot of people have been doing that. There's a lot of windows that, have certainly been adding some of the charm. But we would love to see what you do, Toni. Please.
Visualize tinfoil.
No, and that's reflective, too.
And bottles. I see it now.
I'm intrigued.
Okay.
I want to see it. I want to see it. Definitely.
Crazy.
Oh, no. It's
we have fun.
You know what? Life is crazy. You got to have a little bit of it. And you
got to. You have to. You have to live life on the edge.
The day that we wake up and there's nothing to do.
Oh, shoot me.
I don't, that's when it's done.
Yeah, it's done. It's done.
I want to always be trying to do more than
well,
trying to keep it long.
Honestly. And I mean, just coming in here and filming the show and seeing Steve, and Michelle. How many Steves did I just say? Steve? No, there's only
It's good stuff.
It's
all
good stuff.
around. It is.
And Michelle, little Michelle. Why do I call her little Michelle?
Certain people just that.
Well, you know,
pet,
she's
pet
well,
names.
well, she's the kind you want to wrap in a blanket. And,
Yeah.
you know, just kind of
Yeah.
do
It's
this.
sweet. It's sweet.
Anyway, but back to the ball.
Well,
yeah.
what we want to make sure everybody knows is it is about everybody. Everybody is invited. It's not an event for some kind of people and not other kind of people.
Parking.
Oh, parking is all getting worked out.
Okay.
First of
'Cause
all, we
people are
have
asking me
several.
about
We have
parking.
several good public lots in
Yeah.
Biddeford that are near to the venue, and it's a Saturday night. So even the parking that is, and I hope I'm not making a miss, but the parking lot that usually, you know, our officials and everything, and our staffing for the courthouse and that usually occupy should be fairly free and available there. You know, near the old post office
Okay.
on Washington Street. There's another one that's tucked up there on Foss Street that's just right diagonal from the mill. And I heard that, and Doug Sanford is generously going to also open up the back lot nearby for additional parking.
Wonderful.
And what we encourage everybody to do is, especially if you can't walk comfortably, not a problem. Have whomever's driving bring you right to the door of the building, let you out, and then we'll have people to kind of direct, you know, to where a parking lot would be nearby to go find nearby parking.
And now at the entrance, will there be signage for people?
Well, so we're trying to bring in the food trucks. We'll definitely have one of the banners. We'll reposition it from where it is right now on the old cotton storage to the entrance where people are going to walk in for the ball. Hopefully we're going to have those 3 old freight doors open so that you'll see the activity. The Makers Market, silent auction, everything free and open to the public is right there. And I'm sure we'll, you know, get some signage and other things that hopefully it's going to be hard to miss. You know, hopefully people are going to be driving by downtown Biddeford and be like, what's going on there? And so we're going to, you know, make sure there's some hubbub. You know, somebody had mentioned to me, actually Holly from Maine Coast Roast.
Yes.
I know her sister who doesn't live here but is a hooper. I'm thinking if we could get a couple people hooping outside.
What's a hoopin'?
Hooper.
What's a hooper?
Hooping is a whole new wellness.
What is it?
That is girls in their hula hoops, just in constant rhythm with themselves and the earth, and just keeping it going and going
we could
and
do that,
going.
couldn't we?
Not like the silly '60s, everybody trying it and shaking as hard as they can. They barely move, and it just moves around them, and it's gorgeous. It's just so you're like, oh,
Wouldn't
I can't
it be
stop
great
watching
to have
this.
a hula hoop that lit
I know.
up?
So if any of you out there know any
the dark?
hoopers, send them on, because I think, you know, it's just beautiful. I know I got to try it for the first time myself this summer, and I bought one, and you know, I'll pick it up out in the backyard, and it feels like yoga. It's just rhythmic. But anyway, it's a fun thing. I don't know that we don't have that piece in place yet, but
no. Think of a hula hoop lit up in the dark.
Well, yeah, but see, when people
we
first
have people
arrive,
on
it won't be
different
dark
steps.
yet. It won't be dark initially,
Well,
but they
no,
have lit up hula hoops too. Or you should see them go
I
at night.
wrap my hula hoops at Christmas. They have perfect
Oh,
circles
nice.
around my house.
Oh, beautiful!
Yeah, I do.
love it.
I have hula
I
hoops
love it.
all over.
I know it sounds
Go
like
ahead.
a not crazy thing,
No.
but if we manage to get somebody, everybody will be just like, oh, that's so pretty. It's like an art form. It's like a dance. You know, it's
wow.
like the ballet in watching. In many respects, it's just so lovely. But anyway, we will definitely. I don't think anybody's going to have a hard time missing it.
Okay.
And even if you accidentally ended up at the Marble Block, it's right down the hill, and I would think somebody is going to be like, you need to go there. But it's where it is Building 13, Pepperell Mill Campus, which is the old main huge mill building that's right where Alfred Street dead ends into Main Street, into Route 1. Oh, that's not Route 1, excuse me. No. Main Street, Alfred Street.
Alfred Street.
Alfred Street goes down the hill.
Right, goes down the hill.
At where it stops, right in front of you.
There's the mill.
If you're on Alfred Street and you hit the bottom of the hill,
Right.
there's where you need to go. right in front of you.
So they're gonna go right or left for entrance?
Well, if they need to drop off somebody, drive right in there and drop them off at the door.
All right.
Yeah.
Got that?
You know, there may be a couple of food trucks there, which is what we're trying. We'll have them tucked over to the side. So you can certainly drive on in, drop someone at the door, and then make your exit back to one of the 3 we know nearby parking lots that will be available. So
perfect.
So that part should be easy. It's a great question. Thank you so much.
Well, you know, people come walking up to me asking me questions.
Of course.
And I'm trying to remember them all.
Absolutely. Yeah, me too. But another great thing that has happened is thanks to Eileen Foley. She, and from people talking to her, that we now have an option of tables. And so people are, you know, renting, or not renting, but they're, you know, getting tables for their groups of, you know, 6 or 8 or whatever. So that's been a nice thing. Now, in addition to the tables, there will be some additional seating there. Not everybody who, you know, is at the ball there will necessarily have a seat at all times or for the show, but anybody who needs to sit down, we will make sure they have a seat.
Okay.
Okay, so anybody,
no excuse.
No, you don't, you know, no one has to be worried they're going to have to stand the whole time. Anybody who needs a place to sit down, we will make sure you have a seat. That is without question. So
there's no excuse for not coming? There's no excuse, like, oh my God, I don't know if I can park, I don't know if I can sit down. Roxy has now explained everything to you about this.
And rolling from the beach, we don't care. A little sand on the floor ain't gonna hurt anything there, trust me. And you will look you'll look all sun-kissed and shiny, and that'll be perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh my gosh, last night we had a meeting and we rolled out the runway a little bit and started looking at that and video projection and lights, and it's gonna be special.
It's gonna be special.
It's gonna be special.
You have to come. You have to come, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, we're running out of time.
How does that happen?
I don't know how that happens. I hate when that happens.
All the time.
No, Roxy, I know.
Especially on Toni Time with you. You're the best, Toni.
Oh, honey.
So fun.
Thank
I love
you.
it.
Thank you. More.
Mwah.
Oh, we're disgusting, aren't we? Anyway, okay, so we're not going to have you on now because you're going to...
Well, I'll come back anytime.
Well, I want you to come back after the ball so we can talk about everything that happened.
Okay, awesome. I'd love to.
You know,
thank you.
Talk about everything that
it's
was
always
going
a
on.
pleasure. This is, and it's like this is the bright spot of my days. You know.
Well,
this is play and fun.
Well, I know I make you laugh.
Yes,
all you know, all you have to say to her.
Oh, you know what we did? We reiterate. You can pledge for Toni.
Oh,
she's gonna be on the runway. We're so excited. I know. We all know. This is gonna be the one everyone's like. Yeah!
Oh, well, you know I mean.
You know it.
You know, we have to add a little spice to things here.
It is going to be so great.
But you can make her laugh by just saying little person. She'll crack up laughing. See, look at her. Anyway, honey, I want to thank you. You're going to come back after the ball is over.
I would love to.
We're going to talk about all this.
Yeah.
And just have a good time.
That sounds great. Thank you so much.
Oh, honey,
for
thank
all your
you.
support. Thank every one of you for just paying attention, for being here, for watching Toni Time, for being a part of the Biddeford community. And please, we would love to see you at the ball. We're just going to have a wonderful time celebrating together.
And we'll be looking for you. So have a good day. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you at the ball. Bye-bye.